Hey, oh, wrong way, that way. Hey, how's everyone doing today? Welcome into twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Graham Day, and this is not Justin Thomas's role model. This is the man that we've got Fabinho. How is everyone doing today? How's things, babe? How's things?
Yeah, good man.
I,
Good.
he-
I'm in a very
I,
good mood today. I wonder why.
I hear you were a little bit creative on the golf course yesterday. I need to figure out where this.
Not only did I play some of the best golf I've ever played in my life, but people were just walking around the course taking pictures of me. So they're like, "You're that guy that's going to be on the front cover." And I was like, "Yes, I am." So yeah.
I mean, when people say the front cover, what do you mean? I mean, obviously we're talking about the new and exclusive We've Got Pepino edition of 2K21, which is absolutely 100% a real thing. 100% maybe-ish, maybe not, maybe not. But I've just quote tweeted Bibby's handiwork, so I'm not taking the credit for this. This is all Bibby's planning and preparation. But for those of you who don't know, we got access to. I said we. Bib got access to 2K21, and we'll be playing it on the channel later on today. We've tweeted it out. Check out Ice Cream Uploads on Twitter for that. I won't go into any of that stuff. I'll leave that all for Bibby later on. But I do feel that this deserves a little bit of area on the scoop. Look at how good this is. like,
I was
look.
like, mate, when you take a picture of it, make sure that you get my Under Armour topping with the logo, my watch, and my FootJoy glove, so that hopefully a sponsor will come in and go, "Do you know what? He's looking fucking great on that golf course. Let's give him a load of free shit."
So here's the tweet that I just put out. We'll have the scoop right now, but can we just take a second to appreciate this homage? GG, we've got a video. So that is the original 2K21 cover. And that is Bibby's version, that we've got the video edition. Yeah.
Let's go.
So yeah, get your pre-orders in. Ice Cream Uploads. I'm not joking. We don't. It's not a real edition, but the game is real. Bibby is playing it later on today in what we've called an ICU premiere. We need to get like a deep-voiced man with an American accent to do like the Xbox World Premiere, but like ICU premiere. Do you know? I'll just do it. I'll just do it. When you're off stream, I'll do it. And when you go live, I'll just tune into Discord, jump in and go ICU premiere, and jump off again.
Yeah.
But anyway, welcome in, Sammy J. Good morning, Yeehaw. Good morning, Magic Man as well. Good morning, Bibby. Get that bloody golf shirt off. Pfft. Bib's in a front cover. He's a centerfold. Morning, Yeehaw. Madge says having a breather back to work up. Everything is good. Everything is very good. Everything very, very good. But yeah, if you're in the chat, please feel free to get involved today. We aren't going to spend all morning talking about 2K. We're going to spend all afternoon talking about the new Golf 2K21. Bibby will be playing that from 3 p.m. on stream this afternoon. A little bit of an exclusive. I don't like to use the word exclusive because it means something else, but for us, it's a bit of an exclusive. We are one of the few people in the world that will be playing PGA Tour 2K21 today on stream. So shout out to the lovely people at 2K for that opportunity. Bib will be fulfilling all of your golfing needs later on today. I'll be doing a little bit of mediocre PUBG before then. And before that, we have this. This is the scoop. My name is Graham. This is Bib, and we together are Ice Cream Uploads. And in true Ice Creamy fashion, this is your scoop, your daily dose of news from the world of video games in what some people may call the UK's #1 video game podcast. Welcome in to the stream. We're going to give you our thoughts and impressions on the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories from the world of video games. And we want your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions so we can create a conversation, a debate. So please feel free to get involved if you are in the chat. And it's important that you do use your voice because we turn this live stream into a YouTube video and an audio podcast that goes on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Play a little bit later on today. So everyone watching on demand or listening on demand don't get to use the bot. They don't jump into the debate, so you guys feel free to do that on their behalf. Speaking of feel free and jumping in, Cumbrian Toffee, good morning. Thank you very much for the follow and the sub yesterday. Annoyingly, I was actually going to shout that out because I have a mini feed down the side of my Streamlabs where I can replay notifications. And because you did it while we weren't on air, you wouldn't have had the joy of having your name in lights. But the Twitch Prime sub yesterday just isn't in my feed, so I can't hit replay on that. But thank you very much for the Prime. But what I can do is I'll give you a follow up. Oh. Yeah, welcome, Cumbrian Top 72. Thank you very much for welcoming to the stream. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I mean, do you know what? I know we're on split screen. I'm going to jump off split screen. You're only here to see the golfing professional, Mr. Aficionado, golf swing bib, as they call him in the pub now. Honestly,
Oh God.
Lost the button. There we go. The bib swinger. That's what we call him.
Don't say that.
Actually, no, that means something else.
Might as well say he loves fucking dogging as well.
Not saying that you don't. It's just morning, Alpe. Morning, fellas.
Alpe.
Everyone well?
Enjoying the Spanish sunshine, I hope.
Yeah, I've just been fondling my cat.
Please, somebody clip that. In fact, I can do it. Boom! There we go. 30-second click.
See, my clip that button doesn't work.
No, yeah. If you refresh now, you have to refresh as soon as you go live. Otherwise, it'll just be grayed out.
Yeah, I've done. No, I mean it's not grayed out. It's there, but like.
Right.
So let me try it. I will refresh the page. So it's grayed out now while it buffers in, loads in, and everything. Now the button is there. I'll give it a few seconds and I'll test it. But what it does, it gives me the link, so you'll get like the twitch.tv// mighty badger, hurricane, shoe, pigeon, or whatever the URLs like that usually come up. And then I'll post that in chat and I click on it or whatever, and it just doesn't take me anywhere. It goes, nope, that didn't work. So yeah, fake news. It just doesn't work for me. But do you know what? Let's test it now before we jump into the news. So hit click that, copy to click off. So clips.twitch.tv/friendly bombastic macaroni burb. Nice. Okay, I lied. That's working. Never mind. Swiftly moving on. We have a few stories today, and with the first story is something we kind of expected, but also didn't expect. But you know, it's big-ish news, particularly if you like to watch content on Twitch, and if you're right here live right now on twitch.tv/floods, then you clearly do. But this is the news. You probably saw it everywhere yesterday. But Ninja returned to Twitch, but it may not have been permanent. This article is written by Sherif Saed for VG247, and it says Ninja is back on Twitch, but Amazon's platform may not be his ultimate destination. Tyler Ninja Blevins live streamed on Twitch overnight, pulling in over 100,000 concurrent viewers at one point. Though some took this to mean that Ninja has returned to his former home on Twitch, this may not actually be the case. Just like Ninja hosted an impromptu live stream on YouTube in July, last night's Twitch stream was similarly a way to test the waters. As many have already noticed, the subscribe button wasn't available on Ninja stream, meaning he's not yet a Twitch affiliate / partner. According to Esports Insider Rod Breslau, Ninja has not reached an exclusive agreement with Twitch, YouTube. That was an exhale. I don't know if you got that squashed by RTX then.
Yes, I did.
Okay. According to Esports Insider Exhale, Rod Breslau, Ninja has not yet reached an exclusive agreement with Twitch, YouTube, or any other streaming platform. Both Ninja and Shroud are without a streaming platform right now, and Breslau's sources say the two are looking at deals with Twitch and YouTube, but all of that is in the negotiation phase. I'll read the tweet, so there may be some copy, because usually the embedded copy is listed out into the article. Some repetition, should say. So just as with Ninja's YouTube stream a few weeks back, today's Twitch stream is all on his own, and no deal has yet been made. Sources tell me both Ninja and Shroud are still negotiating between streaming, nice, streaming is what you meant there, platforms, with Twitch being the preferred choice, especially for Shroud. So I've been a bit of a dick, because I've not liked his whole approach recently. But anyway, both streamers, of course, previously streamed on Mixer after the Microsoft-owned platform inked exclusive deals with them in the hopes it would drive up adoption. With Mixer shut down, Ninja and Shroud are both free agents. Before Mixer, Ninja and Shroud both built their names streaming exclusively on Twitch, so a return to Twitch makes the most sense. See, there was a bit in there about affiliate. I did find that quite funny. So Ninja streamed yesterday, and one of the things he did like tweet a picture of his dashboard or something, and it was like, you're on the path to affiliate. It's just like, imagine having 100,000 people watching your stream all legitimate and still not hitting that affiliate status. That's incredible. But
didn't they remove his account altogether?
They did. It was like a weird step for Twitch. So usually someone leaves Twitch, they will lose their check mark. So sorry for calling someone out, but LT Zonda, he was a big streamer on Twitch partner, and then left Twitch to go to D Live and Trovo and all the other like what they called I don't know, the ones that cryptocurrency sort of based streaming platforms. That's what I was looking for. So he left. His channel still existed. He just lost his tick mark. So even though you're not a Twitch partner anymore, you can still freely stream on Twitch. You have your right to stream wherever you want. So LT's on the left Twitch to explore other platforms as Ninja and Co did. But his channel was still there. He just lost the tick. So what he started doing was using his Twitch channel to promote his other streams elsewhere. So basically, he would go live on Twitch, and when you go live on your Twitch, you send a notification out to everyone who's got the app on the smartphone, and all your followers in the dashboard on the web browser version. They get a little ping that says LT's Under has gone live, and he go live with just a message saying, "I'm live on D Live. Come check me out." Which is pretty clever, really, to be fair. But I think Twitch were kind of worried that would be the case, that Twitch would just be a massive advertisement for Mixer. So Twitch just instantly killed this channel. So you went to twitch.tv/ninja and you would just get a Fortnite holding page, which would be showing other Fortnite streamers in the Fortnite category, people that had quite a lot of viewers, which is where the porn sort of stuff came from. People realized that if you had a lot of viewers in Fortnite, you would just get put onto Ninja's page on Twitch. So people started like porn botting, so sticking porn streams on and view botting, so that you got shitloads of followers, so that viewers, so that it appeared on Ninja's page there. So yeah, that got taken down. So this is all on Ninja apparently. Ninja, without an official deal, he's not a Twitch partner. He's not even a Twitch affiliate yet. Has come back. And started streaming. But to do that, he would have presumably needed a page reversal so that Twitch in the backend could go, okay, take that page off a category page and put it as an actual channel page. So even though he has come back, there will be conversations ongoing everywhere, because he's just said, look, well, I've just streamed on YouTube, no strings attached. I want to stream on Twitch, no strings attached. So yeah, put my page live. I want to go stream, and Twitch clearly have gone, okay, well, we want to talk about the future and maybe do something else. But yeah, in the meantime, yeah, there's your page. But yeah, interesting times. Speaking of interesting, Mr. Tanvir is in the chat. There he is. Hey. Did you see that? Oh, actually, you have seen it. Yeah. Mr. T has seen it. We've seen. But anyway, we've tweeted Bibby's. I say Bibby's. We've tweeted Justin Thomas's requested images. That's what it is. Justin Thomas has seen Bibby's photo shoot and tried to replicate it the best he can for the cover. So fair enough. I mean, he's not quite nailed it. He's a little bit off angle, but you know, he tried. Bless him. But yeah, what are your thoughts then, Bib? Ninja back on Twitch.
It's interesting with the fact that he went live on YouTube not that long ago as well. So whether or not he's trying to drum up interest or have competitors fight over his signature, would Twitch be petty enough not to offer him partnership again? I just said, you know what, nah, because he like you said, he had no channel. He had to get a brand new channel again. His path to affiliate, he had to start again. So that means he was streaming in 720 yesterday.
So I actually don't know that, because that's not necessarily always the case. So, for example, the PES League, it's now, I don't think it's called that anymore, but the PES League Twitch was never a part of the channel, but because of our contacts with Twitch, we got all of the codecs turned on so that we could stream in 1080p and stuff like that. So it may be a case of he still has all of that stuff turned on. I didn't actually see, though, to be fair. But yeah, I'm not sure.
So it is having to start again from what it looks like. He hasn't got the affiliate. People couldn't sub to him or anything like that. But he had a stupid amount of people watching him, and that's obviously what people want. What Twitch wants. They want people to go onto the platform and watch content creators. So it's interesting to see where they go from here, because it feels like from his standpoint, he's just doing it from a business perspective. He's streaming on YouTube. He's streaming on Twitch. What's he going to do next? Move on to D Live and stream over there, and then wait for all three of those to make him an offer to stay exclusively on either of those platforms? Has he got a bigger play in mind?
I'm not sure that. Excuse me. I'm not sure there's anything like. I mean, you could go forever. There are so many platforms. It could be like trying D Live or Trovo or Caffeine or Brime. Who the fuck? Nope. Don't say it. So he could do any of that stuff. I imagine. I think you're right. I think there's definitely the potential for elements of a bidding war. If you stream on Twitch and you stream on YouTube, and they both see, fuck, okay, well, we've got not only eyes directly on YouTube, but Ninja just doing that will lead to Kotaku articles, Forbes articles, VG247 articles, as we've just had. Eurogamer, mainstream media as well will pick up on it. So all of that stuff will get everywhere. So suddenly, by doing that for both of them, YouTube go, okay, well, we've been featured everywhere. Not that we need the exposure because we're YouTube, but we still have been featured everywhere as a content streaming platform, the home to one of the best in terms of numbers. And Twitch obviously know that already, so they will have seen that already. By having that, by having them, giving them both exposure, you add to your value. By playing them off against each other, you add to your value. So there's definitely an element of that, but it could also just be not that complex. It could just be a case of I suppose it could be a couple of things. He could be trying to do what the doc was almost implying in his PC Gamer article last month, that he doesn't. He's not looking at exclusives right now. He's maybe looking at being able to stream everywhere with the freedom of, okay, I want to stream on Twitch and I want to stream on YouTube and I want to, no, not Twitch. I want to stream on YouTube. I want to stream on Facebook and I want to stream on DLive and I want to stream on championsclub.gg. I want all of that. Maybe Ninja's just opening up everywhere, so he can do the same thing. That's one thing. Or the other thing, it could just be a very, very route one simplistic thing of how much money did I make on YouTube? And how much money will I make on Twitch, and how many viewers did I get on YouTube, and how many viewers did I get on Twitch? And he could just be doing like an A/B test. Okay, well, YouTube, I had 75,000 viewers and I made 250,000. On Twitch, I had 100,000 viewers, but I only made 10 grand because I had no subscription stuff or whatever. So it could be weighing up. Maybe I get more if I do it. It could be that sort of balancing game. But I mean, it could also be a bit of everything. Maybe he does want to kind of go everywhere. Maybe he's still open to the idea of exclusives. Maybe he's testing the water to see where he can get the most money. But while doing all of that, is using that to make them play off against each other. Either way, it's good. It's good. I would like to.
Where's my boy Shroud? That's what I want to know.
Currently posting gifs of CS:GO style weapons over and over again. That's all I keep seeing from him.
Yeah, it looks like he's got his montages. It's like his clips, I think, going around the guns and stuff. But do you reckon if the Champions Club GG was going to be a streaming website that's obviously hosted by the doc and whoever else that he has working with him behind the scenes, do you reckon he has already spoken to Shroud? I know obviously that they are good friends, banter aside, because that's what the doc does. He just banters Shroud every single opportunity that he can.
It's understandable because I mean, the doc has teeth and Shroud is a dentist, so.
So, did you reckon that Shroud might be him? Imagine how much of a force that would be opening day, shall we say, opening announcement day. They're going to reveal championsclub.gg as a streaming website. It's going to be invite only. So it's not going to be every Tom, Dick, and Harry is allowed to stream on there. The first reveal pops up, it's the doc, and then coming from the shadows behind him, Shroud stands next to him. Imagine the impact that would have on the streaming world. The rest of the platforms must be going, oh my God.
My only worry with things like that is there's, particularly in content creation and esports, which both of those, I mean, Shroud is more esports than the doc, but they both have that competitive element to them, which makes them attractive to esports viewers. My only worry there is viewership is quite short term and fickle. So if the doc and Shroud launch championsclub.gg GG, and it's this platform where you can stream and watch them, it's like, yeah. But then I just don't have the championsclub.gg app, or it's not up and running yet. So I'll just keep watching Twitch on my app, and then before you know it, not Shroud but Cloud, and not Doctor Disrespect but Professor Respectful or whatever start streaming, and people go, oh well, these are all right, I'll watch these, and before you know it, you're that person that someone used to care about because you're not as easily accessible and you're not on the cool thing. I mean, like, obviously it's not a direct representation, but Google can fail anything, surely, with the amount of technology and money and how cool that brand is. And then Stadia comes along. So I could see the Doc and Shroud launching their own platform as being a Stadia-ish thing. So I kind of feel like even someone with the Doc's pull, who's been on WWE because it's been so wide ranging and wide reaching, should I say it? Even someone with his pull, who has a YouTube channel with millions of followers, has Twitter accounts with millions of followers, could see that he needs a mainstream platform to keep him mainstream. Because if not, you go back into being niche. Twitch was niche, and that's where some crazy American dude that used to work for Activision with a dodgy fake mustache and shouting stuff and making like dodgy little YouTube videos. That's where he kind of started the Doc. I'll talk about the Doc when I say crazy boy that worked for Activision. So he was niche. However, Twitch became more mainstream and he was growing with Twitch. He became more mainstream as a result of Twitch as well, as Twitch becoming more mainstream as a result of him. It's kind of a quid pro quo. But now Twitch is the platform, Twitch is the mainstream, in the same way that kids might have TikTok stars that they absolutely adore. But if they stop making TikToks and go start making like Brime Talks or whatever the fucking knockoff version's going to be, it's like, all right, that's nice. I did like your stuff, but I'm going to keep on TikTok because I know how to use it. And that's where all my friends are, and that's where I'm heavily invested. And Twitch is that, but Twitch has a monetary investment in terms of, okay, I get what you're saying, but I've been subscribed to the world's greatest news channel in the world, Astrum Uploads, on Twitch, and I'm like a 24-month tier 3 subscriber. So, I mean, I could go and watch you on championsclub.gg, but I've been turning my back on those guys there. So there is a bit of that there in it as well. So I hope that if there is a championsclub.gg streaming service, that they anchor themselves with other platforms. So they stream on YouTube, they stream on Facebook, and the others, but not Doc, stream on Twitch to keep everything in the mainstream then. So that way, if Ninja is streaming on Twitch and Shroud is streaming on Twitch and on championsclub.gg, but not like fully affiliated, you can't subscribe to Ninja on Twitch. But if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe on the championsclub.gg platform. That way instead. I think that's the way that you kind of have to play it there. So that people still watching on Twitch can still kind of watch the Doc, just like people that watch Tim the Tatman could still kind of watch Ninja on Twitch. You can hear his voice, you can see his guy running around a game, but you're not watching Ninja stream. I think that's kind of how they have to do it if they're going to do any sort of championsclub.gg stuff. That's my 2 pence. But anyway, let's move forward. Ninja is back on Twitch. He's able to stream. He's not an affiliate yet. That'll be changed very, very soon, even if he has to go through the normal affiliate and partnership application route, which is bizarre if he does. But that will be changed very, very soon, regardless of whether he actually applies or whether he just moves on elsewhere, somewhere else exclusively. But now, let's get into something a little bit more confusing, because this is a story that has been submitted to us by a friend of the channel. You've seen him on the channel many, many times, and was involved in the Xbox Games Showcase just last month, a couple of weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks today? I think it might be. We'll say it's 2 weeks today. It could be 3 weeks today. But anyway, Jordan is what I'm talking about. He sent us a link to a story, and then sent us another link, and it all kind of seemed confusing, so we'll kind of unpack this as we go. We have a different story, and then we'll jump into his links after that. So we'll start off with this first piece of news. There we go. Written by Tom Ivan for VGC. Microsoft says no changes are being made to Xbox Live Gold amid free multiplayer claims. The company explains recent service agreement updates which remove references to Xbox Live. So Microsoft has claimed there are no changes being made to the Xbox Live Gold following suggestions the long-running service could be discontinued. Last month, it was reported by multiple sources that the long-running service could be repackaged or phased out, and multiplayer made available for free to coincide with the launch of the Xbox Series X. The claims followed Microsoft's decision to stop selling 12-month Xbox Live Gold subscriptions from its online store, which it did not provide an explanation for. Further fueling speculation, the company updated its service agreement this week, in the process removing most references to Xbox Live. The change is specifically mentioned in a list of updates to the services agreement, stating that in the Xbox section and throughout the terms, we've updated the Xbox heading and changed Xbox Live to refer to Xbox Online Service. On Wednesday, VGC reached out to Microsoft for an explanation for the services agreement changes and asked if they indicated the company was planning to discontinue Xbox Live Gold. A Microsoft spokesperson told VGC the update to Xbox Online Service in the Microsoft Services Agreement refers to the underlying Xbox service that includes features like cross saves and friend requests. This language update is intended to distinguish that underlying service and the paid Xbox Live Gold subscription. Intended to distinguish? I get it. I'll read that again because I've got the toning wrong. This language update is intended to distinguish that underlying service and the Xbox Live Gold subscription. There are no changes being made to the experience of the service or Xbox Live Gold. To date, Xbox Live Gold has been required to play Xbox games online, including free-to-play titles like Warzone and Fortnite, which are available at no extra cost on rival platforms. Microsoft recently confirmed that the Xbox Series X launch game Halo Infinite would include a free-to-play multiplayer mode. Last year, Microsoft began bundling Gold with Xbox Game Pass. Last year, Microsoft began bundling Gold with Xbox Game Pass in the form of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which costs £10.99 per month and will include Project xCloud when it launches in September. While the platform holder is no longer offering an annual Xbox Live Gold membership option, 1 and 3 month subscriptions are still available. At this time, Xbox has decided to remove the 12-month Xbox Live Gold SKU from the Microsoft Online Store, a company spokesperson said when asked about the change. Customers can still sign up for a 1 or a 3-month Xbox Live Gold subscription online through the Microsoft Store. Head of Xbox Phil Spencer recently suggested that the platform holder could hold an Xbox Series X event in August. Anyway, that's going on to tangents and stuff there. But So that was the first story. Just bear with me while I blow my nose again. Mute. And we're back in the room. There we go. Okay. So that was the first story. We'll jump into the next story. So this is kind of. So take that off. Just a second. Let me get. It's called that one. Take it off there so I can jump into Jordan's messages. So Jordan sent a message, and Jordan's wording was, Xbox Live Gold is no more. Xbox is fully free to play. He means multiplayer online, obviously. Just waiting for confirmation, though. I'm currently just waiting for confirmation, though I am currently playing with no Xbox Live Gold subscription, but it might be a free-to-play weekend that started early, which is where this comes into play. So Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Summer Mode. This is on the Xbox website, written by Megan Spur, community manager for Xbox Game Pass. Welcome to summer mode, and for those of you not in summer, enjoy the fun without the heat. The only thing better than setting aside some time to really dig into gaming is to get more rewards, more points, and more fun with your friends while doing so. For the next 8 weeks, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members will get access to awesome games, new perks, double rewards, points, sweepstakes, and more. Let's jump in. Do you know what? This is just absolute wording. Okay. So Dauntless is available, Postmates is available. You can get double points on select ultimate quests. So City Skyline, Fallout, We Happy Fruit, Streets of Rogue, Turning Test, Microsoft Rewards Punch Card. We're only getting started with summer mode, and we're going to keep the points coming. Ultimate members, keep an eye on the Microsoft Rewards app on the console for the summer mode punch card and punch your way to earning up to 300 points. Sweepstakes, more sweepstakes, points, gaming weekend. So it's more fun when everyone plays. Later this summer, we'll have more details to come on our big gaming weekend, where we will open up multiplayer and some free games to play for that weekend for console and PC. Stay tuned, and we'll share the dates and games soon. Whether you're an Xbox Game Pass member who's been with us since day one, or someone excited to get some more fun out of their gaming time this summer, we've got a few extras for you all. So essentially, Microsoft are going big. They're adding a bunch of stuff in terms of, if you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, they're giving you all sorts of ways to get, I assume, currencies and in-game extras and missions and rewards, including the big gaming weekend, which then leads us on to our next link, which is this: the big gaming weekend from the 6th of the 8th to the 10th of the 8th. So this kind of squashes that Xbox is now currently free to play for everyone. There is no need for Xbox Live Gold anymore, as this kind of covers the reason why people can play right now. There was rumors that people are being able to go online and play for free, but this came out pretty much unannounced. So this weekend, everyone plays. Anybody can enjoy the free access to Call of Duty Modern Warfare multiplayer, Borderlands 3, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and Black Desert on their console this weekend. Plus, on PC or console, enjoy free access to Gears 5, Subnautica, or Ark Survival Evolved. Your friends don't have Xbox Live Gold? Not a problem. This weekend, everyone can play multiplayer and battle it out online. Your friends don't have Xbox Game Pass? This weekend, everyone gets a taste of Game Pass with Monster Hunter World, Ark Survival Evolved, Gears 5, Elder Scrolls Online, Subnautica, and Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker that are free to play. We mean it. This weekend, everyone plays. So there you go, scrolling through Call of Duty, Gears, Dragon Ball, Monster Hunter World, Black Desert, Borderlands, Elder Scrolls, Tamriel Unlimited, Shinobi Striker, Subnautica, Ark Survival Evolved. All free for everyone, and everyone can play in online multiplayer this weekend. Craig says, this stuff annoys me as someone has Xbox Live Gold and an Ultimate member. When they do free weekend, it doesn't really benefit the paying customers. Yeah, it's one of those only not to existing customers sort of rewards. I get that, I understand that. Still not announced by socials, but seems they activated the promotion way before they announced anything, especially with Gold being demolished, being the big rumor when this happens. Yeah, exactly. Bib, thoughts?
That was a lot to take in.
Yeah.
To be fair, the wording of Xbox Live Gold, that's been around now for maybe 14, 15 years. I remember there was the Xbox Live Silver and Gold. So the Gold was obviously the one that you could play online. Silver was you could just join parties and speak to your friends, but you couldn't play online. So I understand why they want to take it in a different direction because it's been established for so long. With if there wasn't to keep Xbox Live Gold, the amount of SKUs that they would have on top of that would have been massive. It would have been for people who are going into a new generation. I think it would have been quite confusing, especially if you've not been part of the Xbox ecosystem for so long. Seeing Xbox Live Ultimate, Xbox Live Game Pass, Xbox Live Gold, Xbox Live Silver, all of those things, it may have been a little bit too confusing. So I think they're just going to have Xbox Live Game Pass and then Xbox Live Ultimate, Ultimate including your PC, your Xbox Live playable online thing, and the Game Pass included with that, and then just Xbox Game Pass. I think having maybe the two different SKUs may help people going forward. Plus, they're going to get more money out of you if you go for the Ultimate one. I pay for the Ultimate one, even though I don't play on my Xbox console because I use the Xbox Game Pass on PC to be able to play the games that I want to play on PC rather than a controller. So they've already got me invested in the Xbox ecosystem without actually playing on my Xbox, which is amazing, really. But yeah, I think reducing the SKUs and offering more for a few extra pounds is probably the best way that they're going to start getting money back. Because hardware, I don't think they make much money. I mean, this is a conversation that we've had plenty of times on this show. Hardware, I actually think they take a loss in most cases, especially as it goes as the ecosystem goes on in time. So getting their money back from software with the likes of their first party games or their Xbox Live or Xbox Live Ultimate Game Pass brandings. I think that's the way that they're going to get the money back, especially if it's not just branded as Xbox, it's just Games Pass, so they can afford to put it on other platforms, maybe like Nintendo Switch or any other platform that wants to take it on. So
Samsung
I think
TVs.
yeah, Samsung TV. So I think it's a massive W for them in that respect because they are nailing all of their branding, their wording, and their marketing strategies going forward in light of the new consoles coming out. And they've been doing this for the last 18, 24 months. So GG to Xbox because I think they have turned a lot of people's mindsets around, including myself. Like for me, there was dead and buried. I didn't have any interest in what was going on in terms of the Xbox stuff, but being able to play all of my Xbox Game Pass games on my PC, I'm in. I'm in for that, baby.
Ugh, yawn. I think it's a long time coming. I definitely would like to see Microsoft continue with a consumer focused attitude that they have. I mean, they have a good consumer focused attitude right now, but not when it comes to naming. Microsoft Xbox has a good naming system. Microsoft doesn't, and it seems like anything that Microsoft has been involved with like you've got Xbox Live Silver and Xbox Live Gold. I almost forgot like Xbox Live Silver existed until you said that. But that is like why gold and silver? Where's bronze? There is no bronze. But they only said gold and silver because that was a Microsoft like consumer retail decision back in the day. Gold is good, and you don't want to say like you don't have it. you still want people to feel like they have
Yeah.
something. So that's why you give them silver. Silver is so people still like silver medals, so that's good. But gold is better, and it's pure retail comparison pricing systems. That's where that whole thing comes from. So Microsoft Xbox Live Silver and Xbox Live Gold, and then we get into the console One X or Series X, blah 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 blah. Get rid of all of that and just having Xbox that you play online, and you don't need your golds and your silvers or whatever. But if you want to play the games and stuff, then use the Game Pass and stuff like that. That would be amazing. If they do that, forgetting the simplistic point of the name and stuff. Names, whilst it is hugely important for, let's say it's important for everyone else that's not in this stream. I mean that in terms of most people in the stream know enough about video games to know the difference between an Xbox One S, an Xbox One X, an Xbox Series X, and what lockout potentially is going to be. We all would know what the differences are there. People outside the stream, i.e., non-gamers that might want to be interested in gaming, will find the name stuff confusing. But we'll stick a pin in that and we'll just go, okay, well, if that's fine, job's done. But the Xbox Live Gold ceasing to exist and not just being absorbed into Game Pass Ultimate. If Game Pass Ultimate and Game Cloud, X Cloud and stuff, and being able to play on your Xbox and your PC and your phones and on the go and whatever, if that all stuff is where the paid stuff goes, and then just online access falls out of the bottom of that into everyone, everyone's like, okay, well, you don't have access to all of the games that come out on Game Pass on day one, free every month. Say free, you pay for them, but we'll just keep saying free because that's what it is, essentially, but not, but it is, but not, but it is. So you don't get access to all of these free games that you pay for. But you could just play your games online. If you buy your game, you can play with anyone online. That is massive. That is massive. That is big, big news. And Xbox, I would say, Xbox Live Gold and all of that sort of stuff, not Live Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate, all that sort of stuff is really good for building a community of dedicated gamers and so on. But just giving people access to the games is a big thing. I mean, Xbox are behind on that. As I found out Christmas, I didn't realize that you couldn't play Fortnite online without being an Xbox Live Gold subscriber. I only know that because I had a £15 voucher for Xbox, which I just thought, oh, well, I'll buy Kylo Ren skin with it. Job's a good one. Play Fortnite. So I put the V-Bucks in, use the money to buy V-Bucks to spend on Fortnite. I couldn't log in on Fortnite to spend the V-Bucks without being an Xbox Live member. But because I'd bought the V-Bucks using Xbox money, those V-Bucks weren't in my account to be spent on a PlayStation console. If you buy V-Bucks using PS currency, you can't spend them on an Xbox. If you buy V-Bucks using Xbox currency, you can't spend them on PlayStation. I didn't realize that. So I had to basically use my free £1 Xbox Game Pass subscription thing to get an Xbox Live account so that I could log in to buy my skins for Kylo Ren. Anyway, that is bullshit. That I had to spend money to get access to my in-game money. What the fuck? So yeah, I had to spend money to be able to spend my money. Whereas on PlayStation, if I've got no PS Plus, I can just log straight into Fortnite and play the game. It doesn't matter. I can access the store. I can spend my currency. I can play against Chloe. I can play against Bibby. Play with Bibby. Whatever. Microsoft taking that and going, okay, we are going from behind in terms of you have to have even a gold account to play the free games. To getting in front to you don't need any account is a huge step. It's not just keeping up with the race, it's getting in front of it, and that's the big thing. That's the big thing. Gold going free is absolutely huge if it happens, says Jordan. On 100%. I think that's why they've gone quiet on pricing on both sides. Microsoft can take huge losses on price. I think it came out Sony made 8 billion in profits over the year, and Microsoft made 40 billion. But what Microsoft made 40 billion in terms of the company as a whole. But the thing to be, you hear that quite a lot. The thing to be wary of when that sort of stuff is Google can make losses. Google makes tons of money. But if they could afford to make losses, which they can, then every project would work. The thing is, everything is segregated and segmented. You can't just take money out of one arm of a business and put it into another. Plus, if something collapses in a business and something defaults, something goes wrong, and you have to pay out shitloads of money, that could drag the rest of your business into it. Everything is modularized. So if something goes wrong, it doesn't drag everything else down with it. So you can't just pick money and put money into everything. So Microsoft have a feck ton of money and will have made a lot of profit. Sony will have made a lot of profit, but PlayStation and Xbox are different brands in there. Yes, they are funded. Yes, they have sugar daddies in their parent companies. But the loss and the pricing kind of thing. It's never really worth looking into that much. And not only that, they both earn enough. They both earn even if Microsoft is the second horse in a 2-horse race, well, it's a 3-4-ish horse race. Um, it's still a very very worthwhile race. Even coming in second, third, fourth, whatever. If you're in that race and you're doing well, and you then first and second, PlayStation and Microsoft in that console war. I mean, do we class Stadia as a console? First and second in that war, if you're doing it well enough, is still massively profitable. So even though Microsoft is probably half to a third of what Xbox has sold console wise, hardware wise, and you have to feel games wise as a direct result of that. They are still earning more than enough. It's Xbox, should I say, but they don't necessarily need Microsoft's might to pay for that. The ecosystem is brilliant, but no games. Yeah, exactly. It sucks that you have to pay free-to-play games. That's true. Would Sony follow Microsoft though if they remove the barrier to online play? I mean, maybe Sony did have that. It was only on the PS4 that you had to start playing for that. You could play the PS3 online without having to pay for PS Plus.
And the Vita.
And the Vita, yeah.
And the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, so it was only the start of this gen, the current one that we're just about to step out of, that Sony added it. And they added that because Microsoft were the ones that added it. So they thought, oh, well, Coupler, well, they're taking money for server costs and stuff. Why don't we do that? And then we'll throw in the PS Plus stuff, the free games every month as a benefit to sweeten that, to get ahead of what Microsoft have done. So yeah, Sony kind of did what Microsoft might be doing now. If Microsoft do make it free, by they're essentially backpedaling where we've gone as an industry. But it's not necessarily a backpedal because it's also being able to play online. I know it sounds daft saying it. Being able to play online was still a futuristic thing for a lot of people at the start of the PS4 gen. A lot of people still didn't play online with friends. Now it's expected. So it might be at that point where Microsoft are going, well, we can't really charge for this because this is what we need people to have as a minimum to be able to just play anyway. So let's just give them that free and then entice them into playing the rest of it. So it could be a case of, nobody would pay for a dial-up internet connection now because we're past it. It's kind of like that sort of thing. Just being able to play online is like the dial-up of video games now. Okay, you need better than that anyway. So let's just forget charging for that. It could be that. Twitch/Mozilla need to sort out the audio issues for Twitch on Firefox soon. Sometimes I have to refresh the stream several times before the crapper goes away and it takes the piss. I don't know what you mean. I mean, is anyone else getting crackle? I do have. You can just about see the edge of it here. This white thing. That's a desk fan. I do have a desk fan, and then behind me, I don't know if you can see it. Just about there-ish somewhere, like there-ish. There's a big fan, so I don't know if that's feeding through to you or anyone, but no one else has mentioned it, so it might be like you say, the Mozilla stuff. I used to love Firefox. I just I decided that I wanted something that could eat all of my RAM instead, so now I use Chrome. So there you go. David says, I stopped playing console games because of Microsoft. When I got a 360 to play with my mates, I thought you could do online for free. When I couldn't, I just stopped and started to use it for streaming over my network. All free game for this month, part of a game is not a game. Cough, Modern Warfare 2, cough. No, it's a Twitch issue in general. In terms of what, a Twitch issue with what, across all browsers? Or just a Twitch issue with Mozilla? Or I'm blowing my nose again. Excuse me.
A human alien makes a good point. He says, do you think companies like EA Sports will already know what they would do if they lost their revenue for in-game currencies like FIFA points? Do you reckon that they have a plan B?
I'm not sure. I think that companies. I mean, welcome and good morning, by the way. Sorry, I missed your comment. I actually thought that was Iceman's comment. Also, I've just seen your message as well.
Yeah,
would PS Plus ever go free? That's the thing, actually. What colour is everyone's name in chat? Because what I see is not necessarily the same as what you see. So a human alien and Iceman are both red on my screen. So
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, would PS Plus ever go free? Doubt that. Because I mean, what was it? 45 million members. It's just hit on PS Plus. 45 million. Mine's red. Yeah, that's it. It was the same. It was the same. David's is green. He says it's yellow for me. Mine ice cream upload should always be purple because there's a setting that you can choose to change what your color is all the time. So ice cream upload should be ice cream purple kind of thing anyway, always for everyone. Should be. Don't know if it is. But yeah. Anyway, tangent. Yeah, 45 million users, around £40 a year. Um, that's a lot of money. So I imagine PlayStation are probably not going to give that away for free. And I don't expect that would be a thought process either, because Microsoft are trying to add to their monthly costs legitimately, and rightly so, with Game Pass. You've gone from 25 to 45 quid, depending where you get it from, per year. Company Toffee says pink. I see. I've got light green for me.
It's orange for me.
I'll show you. Let me move this to there, and then ta-da! There you go. You can see the names down the side here. Company Toffee's green, Sammy J orange, Iceman red, Fatman Dave yellow. There you go. There you go. There's your names. Right. So you go. That was what our Streamlabs stream. So you saw all the alerts down the side as well. That's what I look at when I'm looking this way. I'm looking at the preview screen plus the chat and plus the alerts. Yeah, PS Plus I can't see ever being free. That's a subscription service that will be the foundation of PlayStation's revenue, on top of console and game sales, obviously. So I can see that becoming more expensive or becoming broken down annually. Because if you think of what your PS Plus costs you, between 25 and 40 quid, depending on where you get the codes and stuff from, or if you buy it direct or whatever, per year, something around that sort of fee, maybe even 40 quid now, I can't remember. But you look at what you pay for Netflix or what you pay for Disney Plus, you pay more for those than you do for your gaming services, and you potentially use your gaming services more heavily, more regularly, and for more hours potentially. Some people obviously not. Some people watch more on Netflix. So yeah, I probably play my PlayStation more than I watch Netflix in a year, but I pay a lot more to Netflix. That's because I pay for one chunk of it rather than paying for it monthly and so on. I imagine PlayStation will copy Microsoft and make more things that you can put in for a month. So you happily just go, yeah, I'll give you 8 quid, which will become 9 quid, and then that'll become 10 quid. And before you realise it, you spend £120 a year on Xbox, on PlayStation or Xbox, as opposed to just the 40 quid that you were spending previously. So I don't see it ever being free. I can see it going more and more in the future. As for the question of FIFA and FIFA points, I think they will hold on to that sort of in-game currency stuff. I think that will always exist, and I think there is proof that can exist in like we've said it with Fortnite, cosmetics and skins, giving people guaranteed return on investment, but regularly with content and building a desire and a demand for a product will earn you money, and as much money as you would from encouraging people to gamble. The thing with things like FIFA points, and I don't know if this data still stacks. I don't know the actual figures, but I know there was some research into it, and there was basically like the FIFA points market was propped up by not a small chunk of people that were spending a large chunk of money. So say it was something like, I don't know if the figures are right, so I'll just pull some figures out of my ass. So say 90% of their money came from 10% of the people, and then the other 90% of people only gave 10% back. So there was basically like some big whales, as they call it, at the top that were just cash whales that were just throwing money in, and everyone else put a little bit of money in. Whereas you got things like Fortnite, which everyone puts a bit and maybe a bit more. So more people are putting money into Fortnite, and more people are putting a bit more money into Fortnite than just having people spending shitloads on FIFA. So yeah, I do believe they will be looking at ways to get around that. But it's just that the hard part is not how to make money. The hard part is how to incite people to want to spend to make money. Because that requires good content. That requires good, engaging in-game content that satisfies the needs of your users. rather than just forces them to spend the money to partake. And that's kind of like what loot boxes and stuff in game modes do. You have to spend them to be involved in the game, which is a really easy way of getting money out of people without having to think of, like, Fortnite has concerts and it has plans and it has skins, and you get battle passes that have new weapons and stuff that tie into what's happening in the game right now, and it's all thought through. Games will need to start thinking forward like that if they want to get rid of things like FIFA points and so on. Belgian banned loot boxes. What happens there with foot/microb, etc.? I don't actually know. I imagine that'll be a small thing for FIFA in the grand scheme of things right now. Ignoring just because Belgium's not obviously the largest country in the world or the center of whatever from video gaming economies in the world. I imagine they're happy enough to ignore that for now, but not entirely, because it's the precedent that is setting the precedent of what is about to come. So they're probably ignoring it a little bit, but figuring out how they fix it for everyone else as well going forward. Cumbrian toffee, your dark green for me. That's probably Cumbrian toffee that you don't want to eat then. If it's dark green, it's probably been out a little bit too long. I wonder if in-game currency is linked to loot boxes like in FIFA. We'll see EA Sports move to a subscription service for their foot mode. Potentially. Surprise mechanics. There you go. Don't you mean surprise mechanics? Yes. Fucking worst phrase in the world. That's horrendous. Was it EA that mentioned that? I can't remember who called it surprise mechanics, but it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Anyway, let's move forward. We're coming up to an hour. Yeah, horrendous word. Oh, you were a bit choppy for me then. Oh, you've got audio desync. Say boobies.
Boobies.
Yeah, I asked you to say it about 5 to 10 seconds later. You said it, and then about 3 seconds after you actually moved. Okay, let's end the call. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, that's pretty much linked up. There we go. Okay, jump into the next story.
Before we move on, did you see the thing from yesterday saying that there will be no scripting or anything in the new FIFA game?
What?
Yeah, one sec. Let me find it.
I thought scripting was always denied that it existed. So how could you say there will be no scripting if it doesn't exist?
Hours. It was a very, very bold claim. As mentioned before, there is no scripting, handicap, momentum, and/or DD8 in the game. We'll summarize some details in this thread, and then they go on.
Oh, is it? So okay, I thought you meant like it was going to be removed. Is that then doubling down on saying that there will be no scripting then?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a massively bold statement to make. So I wait to see the clips when the game comes out.
I mean, I'm still undecided on scripting. I am. Think it might be there, but I'm not 100% sure and stuff. Do you know what? We'll put a pin in that because it's such a like we all feel at some point we've been the victim of scripting, but there's also like psychological reasoning behind it and stuff, and then there's whatever. We'll put a pin in that because it's such a long thread, and it's not even like in there. I think maybe we come back onto that one tomorrow or something, just when we've got a bit more time, because we've got 3 shows back to back, and we need to make sure we've got time for Booby to get his golf swing on later on. You know,
and you have to get chicken dinners.
Yeah. Well, maybe not after last stream, but it's fine. Yeah. Anyway, okay, jumping into the next bit of news. Also, before we do jump into the next bit of news, good morning, Mr. Gary Clark. Oh yeah.
Hey.
Welcome in, beautiful man. Chapper says, "What's this one about?" Also, what does that word say there, babe? Chapper's used 5-letter word instead of an emote, but I can't read what it says. What does it say?
Hello.
Yes. Is it just bad coding rather than deliberate scripting? Craig says masculine scripting for sure. I felt that yesterday on our last game on stream where we just played absolute pants. But that's the thing. I felt that yesterday. But just because I felt it doesn't necessarily mean it's true. So there's all sorts of stuff that goes into it. Like I know Pez, for example, what was it? Was it Adam Batter came out with a statement saying that HQ had looked into it, and there is nothing scripting. They've looked into it from a development standpoint, which doesn't necessarily mean scripting for what people perceive and for what it technically actually could be in game could be the result of two differing things that just mash up to give the same outcome. So what you're looking at is scripting, but what's actually happening is some deliberate outcome from something else. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, like I said, deep whole story. Let's leave that until another time. We'll jump into the next bit of news anyway, which is that PS5 shipments from backend service providers have reportedly begun. Assembly and testing firms kick off the next gen console shipments. Written by Tom Ivan for VGC, the back-end service providers, no, the article says, actually, I should say, that back-end service providers, also giggle at back-end, back-end service providers have reportedly begun delivering PlayStation 5 shipments ahead of the console's launch later this year. According to Digitimes, Taiwanese companies including ASE Technology and Greatech Electronics have both commenced PS5 shipments. ASE Technology is a provider of semiconductor manufacturing and testing services, while Greatech Electronics specializes in integrated circuit assembly and testing. This is going well. During Sony's first quarter earnings call on Tuesday, the company said PS5 production was progressing smoothly. Two PS5 models are scheduled to launch during the 2020 holiday season, while one will have an Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive. The other will sacrifice the feature, likely for a lower price point. According to recent analysis, the PS5 digital edition could cost $50 less than the disc version. Sony will reveal its next PS5 announcement this month, according to a new report from Bloomberg, which cites an anonymous source from the PlayStation firm. Macquarie Capital analyst Damien Thong told the publication he expects the standard PS5 console to cost around $500 and the digital version around $400. Although altogether, he forecasts Sony will sell over 6 million units by the end of March 2020. Another recent Digitimes report claimed the PS5 lifecycle could be shorter than previous console generations at 5 years. Do you want to stop there for just a second? That was said for this generation as well. This generation was touted to be 5 years, and we currently still don't have the cost of the next generation, so we'll see. During that period, supply sources estimate shipments of the console will reach at least 120 million units, approximately double those of Microsoft's rival next-gen system, Xbox Series X, which also launches later this year, and perhaps as high as 170 million. In mid-July, Sony shut down rumours that it was about to open PS5 pre-orders, telling players it would provide advance notice when it plans to do so. Mr. Clark, thank you very much for the sub, you absolute legend, Steve Frosty.
Hero.
Yeah, what a guy. And yeah, apologies, Mr. T is here. Can't get rid of him. Although that is Tassim Anvia. Don't let the name fool you. That is Tassim Anvia, reputable industry leaker. He has all of the facts and gets them out all early. I had it the wrong way around. It looks like, look at the hands. It looks like someone shaking dice. Doing that thing where you go,
give me a 7.
Okay, number 3. So yeah, there you go. You roll those dice. Who is that? It looks like Simon Pegg.
Is it
Limmy. It's Limmy. It looks like Simon Pegg. Shaun of the Dead over there with his dice in his hands. But yes, PS5 shipments from backend service providers, aka the bits and pieces, are all being shipped. So everything
Still on track, baby.
Yeah, that's what we want to hear. So we don't have the gouging. I mean, we've mentioned it a few times. Still expect there to be some element of price gouging, but hopefully you can just walk into your local game and pick up a PlayStation for 479 quid is my prediction. Hopefully you can just go in and pick it up for that and not be forced to buy the extra controller, the 3D audio pulse headset, and the Move camera, and 3 games at launch, because there's no one else selling them. Game are the only ones that have them, and they're only selling as bundles. If everyone has them, then you can't be forced into that horrible situation. So hopefully we don't have that. Haha, Tassim Anvia is what I'm calling you from now. You're welcome, Mr. T. Enjoy. I mean, Mr. A. Sorry, I should have said I got the name wrong. Whoops, wrong guy. Whew. Mistaken identity there. But yes, PS5's shipments of everything has begun. It should be on track for the end of the year. Sticking with PlayStation, one final little bit of news for the day is this. Crystal Dynamics addresses Spider-Man being PS4 exclusive in Marvel's Avengers, written by Cian, Maher for VG247. The article says Crystal Dynamics head Scott Amos recently addressed the controversy surrounding Spider-Man being a PS4 exclusive character in upcoming superhero game Marvel's Avengers. The news comes from not nipple, but nibble, as I mispronounced the other week, comes from Nibble on Twitter, who spotted the information in a recent piece published by Newsweek. Check out the tweet, but I can see baby smiling away on the screen to the side of me when I said nipple. Anyway, Crystal Dynamics.
Child.
So I'll read the embedded tweet. No doubt it's copied again, but we'll have some a little bit of repetition. But this is the tweet from Nibellion, aka Nibble, on Twitter. Crystal Dynamics head Scott Amos has commented on the controversy surrounding Spider-Man being exclusive to PlayStation versions of Marvel's Avengers. Amos also says that Spider-Man exclusivity has no effect on crossplay/cross progression plans. Let's click on the actual tweet to see through it. So the beauty of Spider-Man and what represents as a main character in this world is, again, it comes back to the relationship with PlayStation and Marvel. We happen to be the ones who can execute and deliver, and it comes down to the choices of where and what Spider-Man can be. That's a relationship question that PlayStation absolutely has the rights to that, as you know, guys, with Sony's movie rights ownership. And oh my god, this is okay. This
Painful.
must have been something he said rather than something written. So please bear with. That's a relationship question that that PlayStation absolutely has the rights to that. As you know, with the Sony's ownership there and Marvel, and with Sony saying, hey, this is something we can do. This is something we can do on this platform. And as creators, we have this opportunity that we can make something unique and fun and awesome. That was painful to read. That was possibly the hardest thing I've ever read. That's got to be a transcript. That has to. No one has ever written that. There's got to be a transcript taken from a news article. Oh, 18 notifications. That'll be all Baby's fanboys going. Let's get the We've Got Babino edition on Twitch. Let me jump back into the article. Where was it? I've lost it. Oh, it's there. There we go. So to contextualize this, and I'm glad that you did because I didn't understand what that tweet said. A stir recently erupted from a retail posting that claimed Spider-Man would be a PS4 exclusive character from Marvel's Avengers. Said retailer then said it had made a mistake and people calmed down a bit. A few hours later, Sony was like, hey, actually, totally, that's true. We have Spidey and Xbox doesn't. Disclaimer, that is a very liberal paraphrase. Anyway, Amos recently spoke at a small virtual press gathering during which reporters were permitted to ask him questions about the controversy. Because of Sony's unique relationship with Marvel and PlayStation, that gives us an affordance with Spider-Man that we wouldn't have otherwise. Amos told the journalist from Comic Book. That's something unique because of that relationship. But looking at the future, we have cross-gen PS4 to PS5 will work, and Xbox to Xbox Series X will work. So cross-gen works. I'm not sure about you, but I'm not sure what this is supposed to be getting at. Does this mean Xbox players will be able to play with someone playing as Spider-Man, but not as Spidey themselves? Who knows? We wanted this to be something specific because of the unique relationship and partnership between Sony and our collaboration with Marvel, Amos said. Looking at future consoles and other announcements, we'll make them when it's time. Amos went on to reiterate that PlayStation has the right to Spider-Man due to Sony's ownership of movie rights, and that Marvel and Sony decided that it was possible to collaborate in a way that brought Spidey to PS4 exclusively. We love the idea of being able to bring this character to the PlayStation players, and so far, as everybody goes, dude, we just announced Hawkeye less than a week ago. We have 2 characters announced within a matter of 5 days, and the future is bright, Amos said. I'm not sure there are as many Hawkeye fans as Spidey fans as stands, but maybe that's just me. Marvel's Avengers come to PC, PS4, and Xbox One on September 4th. Spidey is coming to one of those platforms in 2021. That's amazing. Yeah, interesting. I mean,
it's a difficult subject for them to be able to dance around, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Because it's so. There's no. Well, I like to say there is no grey area with this, but there absolutely is, because one console is getting a character that the other isn't. But that's what licensing does to you. We're seeing that currently with football games. There's going to be like last year there was no Juve in FIFA. There was called Piemonte. So licensing will always ruin one half of the thing and benefit the others, but it's always swings around about some at some point Xbox will get something that the PlayStation doesn't. It's all down to who can provide the most money. But Sony is in a very unique position because they own the rights to a character that is unfortunate. Well, I say unfortunately, it is part of a bigger picture, a bigger universe. So it is going to be a very difficult thing to be able to try and promote without one set of fans being upset. But at the moment, that's the way it is, and that's the way it'll always be.
Yeah, it was. Where was the wording? There was wording in there that kind of I'm going to just add the discussion now as well first before I continue, just in case anyone does drop in. Spider-Man. It's never going to fit. Let's try it. Spider-Man PS4 exclusive in Avengers. I've cut out loads of words in the title. Oh. Okay, I'll just put Spider-Man PS4 exclusive. We'll just have that. That'll do. Yeah, there was wording there. This bit, Amos told a journalist from Comic Book, because of Sony's unique relationship with Marvel and PlayStation, that gives us an affordance with Spider-Man that we wouldn't have otherwise. So does that mean that, I know Spider-Man obviously does exist in video games. Obviously, he does in terms of Spider-Man on PS4 and the Miles Morales that's coming to PS5. But is that saying that Spider-Man wouldn't have been in the game at all if Sony didn't have their relationship with Marvel and PlayStation? Because they've clearly got a relationship with Marvel, but they've getting the Avengers. When they believe, I mean, and maybe I'm wrong. Someone might be able to correct me if I am. I believe when the Avengers game from Square Enix was first announced, Spider-Man wasn't part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe at that point in time. I believe it was before he was in Avengers. I could be wrong. So maybe they've signed a deal based on that Avengers license of all of the heroes like Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Hawkeye, Black Widow, and whoever else is in the game. Maybe they've built something up on that, and then Spider-Man gets signed, and they're like, oh, fuck, well, we didn't have a deal in place to use Spider-Man, and we've not factored him in that sort of stuff, and we can't really get it without spending a shitload more. And PlayStation have gone, actually, we have a deal, and we can make that a little bit cost effective as long as it's just for us. Maybe it could be that way. So maybe it isn't Sony have gone in and said, we'll take that as a console exclusive, which we've all slated the decision for, because nobody likes a console exclusive. Even if you're a fanboy, it's anti-consumer. But maybe it isn't a case of that. Maybe they just don't want to come out and say, look, we didn't have the ability to get Spider-Man if it hadn't been for Sony, because that makes Square Enix look bad. They're not going to say that. But maybe that could be it. Maybe not. I mean, it's just all rumor and hearsay. It could have just been a case that Sony opened that door, so that's the only reason that door exists. So we're all pissy at the fact that Spider-Man is only available to play on Sony. Maybe if that hadn't have happened, then it wouldn't have been able to play for anyone. So I don't know. You're right. It was before Spider-Man was part of the MCU. Yeah, I thought so. So and it could be that. Because at that point in time, there's no way. Even if they are signing NDAs and putting money into new deals and so on, Marvel or Disney, should I say, and the MCU are not going to say, actually, yeah, we've got Spider-Man coming back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So if you want to sign the Avengers, we'll make it so that you can get Spider-Man within that as well, because they will have bought into a contract of that Avengers property at that point in time. So adding Spider-Man onto that afterwards, you have to feel would have been like an aftermarket decision. So yeah, it's interesting too. Gary Clark will know this too, but there's so many rights and licensing hurdles around Spider-Man. It's not linked to Square Enix. It'll be down to Sony owning the rights around the character itself. Huge amount of it. Yeah, absolutely. Because there's so many moving parts. This Sony owning rights to it. There's the Marvel / Disney element of it too. I mean, Asim, you've worked with Disney yourself recently, so you know how complex that sort of stuff could be. Then you've got like the Sony versus Xboxy sort of stuff. You've got old and new gen sort of stuff. So for making a game that doesn't just use a property from one place cross generation, I mean, that's complex enough. Never mind all of this stuff. So yeah, it does sound anti-consumer, but thinking about it, maybe it's not. Who knows? Do you know what? I'm gonna hit up. I was just about to call him Ben Amos, but that's a footballer, so I'm not going to hit up Ben Amos. I will probably speak to Scott Amos instead and see, hey, I know what it is. And he'll just write me because he doesn't know I am anyway. Even if PlayStation didn't want to make it exclusive, Sony probably came down and said, nah, it has to be. Yeah, probably. Mm-hmm. Probably. Okay, we've got this. Why are we allowing it to be put into a game to let our competitor earn money off it? I don't think so. Yeah, It is. I mean, so yeah, that's probably where it came from. I mean, it is kind of understandable. I mean, if it is that sort of way, if it wasn't going to be in at all, but Sony have come down and said you can use it, but only if it's for us. If not, nobody can use it, and because it was never in from the beginning. You can kind of see it a bit more then. It's still anti-consumer, but you can kind of see it a bit more then. It's less of a horrible story as opposed to just being okay. We have Spider-Man. Who wants it? Who's going to bid highest? Who's going to get it first? Because then that just sounds shit. Sony on the rights to the movie and video game character, and Disney, Marvel on the rights to the comic book character of Spider-Man. So messy. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, there we go. That's the end of the news. Oh, phone's going crazy. We've got lots of codes. Oh, actually, bear with me 1 second. Do you know what? I will read something as I'm doing that, because I don't know if it's something we can mention now. I'm just going to have a quick read through of that. Whilst I'm reading through that bit, we are going to drop off. Do you want to give everyone a quick reminder of what the plan is for the rest of the day on Twitch?
Yeah, of course. Hopefully, I'm still in sync and everything. Can you everyone hear me?
Yes.
You hear me?
Yes.
Right, perfect. So today is a massive day, ladies and gentlemen. We usually have 2 streams on a Thursday, but today you are going to get 3. So not only have we just had the scoop, the UK's premium #1 video games podcast, as we do say so ourselves, you will also be getting a stream with Graham in probably about 15-20 minutes time, where he takes on the world in PUBG. I don't know whether or not he's opening to duos or squads. If you do have the game, maybe flinger around in the chat.
Always.
It may open the doors for you.
You will.
Always as always. So yeah, that'll be going live then 3 p.m. today, ladies and gentlemen. We have an Ice Cream Uploads premiere. We will be going live with the preview build of the PGA Tour 2K21. I'll be running through. I have recently just reinstalled the game. Obviously, I played it a little bit over the last couple of days to get a feel for it. I have reinstalled the game, so we'll be starting afresh. You'll get to see everything from day dot. So you get to see the character customization, the training regimes that you have to go through, the Q school, everything else. I haven't got too far into it, so we'll be going through it together. I'll hopefully be streaming for around about 3 or 4 hours with this for you. So yeah, that is it for that's today's schedule as it stands. Don't forget tomorrow though, there will be a state of play from PlayStation going live tonight around about 9 o'clock, I think. So we'll have all the fallout from that in tomorrow's show when we go live at around about 10 o'clock ish tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Ish.
Obviously all the issues.
The message that just came through. I will mention it on screen just a little bit of a heads up for everyone that is in the chat. I mean, we did show off our Muscle Moose goodies yesterday. So for those that don't know, Muscle Moose is a snacks / energy drink company that are based literally minutes from Bibby's house. And they sent us these. Yeah, look at that beautiful thing. They sent us a box. So there you go. Sent us this beautiful box full of energy drinks, chips, flapjacks, energy shots and stuff. And
we've car refreshener.
Yeah, and a car refreshener. Can't forget that. Anyway, they sent us those gifts through yesterday because they're lovely little people. They haven't paid for any placement or anything. But as a result of that, they have said that they will give us a discount code. So if anybody does want to buy some Muscle Moose stuff, we now have a discount code. Use code. Yeah. Use code Ice Cream 25 and you will get 25% off your order. Big things. So if you ever want to order anything from Muscle Moose, we've literally just found that out. So we will put some posts or some stuff together with links just in case anybody does want to try anything out. But you get yourself 25% off. Yeah,
that's massive. Buzzing.
Gary says I've had those mountain chips before, they were good. Paul 2707 TV was saying that yesterday as well. When we put the pictures out, he was saying they're Insta. That's going right in my basket as he's walking around Tesco. So yeah. So yeah, 25% off Muscle Moose. Use code Ice Cream 25. Pow. We will get that made in some assets, so it's a bit more formal, but we've literally just found out. But that's good news. Anyway, we are going to disappear. As mentioned, Scoop finishing now, PUBG straight after, and then the golf spectacular, the highlight of your day. Bibby will be fully decked out in his golf gear. I expect he is. I don't know if he is actually, but he absolutely
may or may not be in cosplay.
Yeah. So if you want to see some preview builds, an ICU premiere, as we're calling it, and that will be following at 3 o'clock today. So yeah, we're among the first people in the world to play Big Things ICU premiere. Anyway, Chapper says, all hail the mighty discount code. You goddamn right.
Yeah. 25% as well. Jesus.
I know, that is class.
That's hefty, that. Nice one, guys. Legends.
Absolutely. So yeah, we will get some social assets as mentioned about the muscle stuff. We'll put that out and we'll have a little panel down below the stream. It's not there yet because we've just found out, but it will be below the stream. It will be below the stream. Chapper says, "All hail the man." Discount code. I've read that already, but yes, all hail it again. Vern, hi, hey, you've tuned in.
Vern.
Tune in just as we're about to finish up. Are you at home? Are you in the office? I know you're back in. We get less of your beautiful face on stream at the moment, but. Yeah, we get some, so we can't complain. Anyway, we are going to disappear back shortly. Until then, have yourselves a fantastic day. And I just realised.
Stay fasty! I
was going to say, for your stream, you need to say, stay frosty. But then I thought no.
Since you put it that way.